When did you go to Lithuania and how did you come to decide that you were going to go back and see?
Rashly. I was totally unprepared for the effect it had on me and how I reacted to it. It's kind of like everything else, a convoluted little pathway. I was thinking of going to the Balkans, to Croatia and that area. And I have a friend who is in the travel business. That was one of my lives that we worked together in a little niche. It was wonderful. I asked her if she knew anybody who could guide me around or guide me for a trip in the Balkans. And she sent me the name of somebody who was doing a trip to the Baltics from London. And I thought to myself, this is it. I want to go to Lithuania. I've always wanted to go to Lithuania. I wanted to go with my mother. And my mother always said she can't go back because for her it will be like walking on blood. And I understand. I understand. So within 2 weeks, I had signed up for this trip. I flew to London, joined the group, and we flew to Vilna. And
What year was this?
it was 4 years ago, 2008, 2007. After my mother died in 2007, 2008. And you know, Vilna was like Vilna was like a acclimatizing, getting acclimated to the country experience, and then we set off. Oh, I had asked Robin, the leader of the group, if it was possible for me to go to Lokova and also to Shovel, because that's the last place my father's father had been. My father was born in Tauriga, in Tavrig. But I was discouraged from going there because I was told there's really nobody there and nothing there that would help me connect. And it was too much to do father and mother in one trip, so I just focused on mother mainly. He said yes. So I thought, well, I'm going. And we had this wonderful guide, Chaim Bargman, who had actually taken my first cousin, whose name is also Ghita, to the house in Lokova. So he kind of remembered where it was, and that helped too. When I went to Lokova and into the house and could picture all the stories that I had, I came out of there enraged, sad, emotional, just almost traumatized. I don't want to be dramatic, but it was. It was a very dramatic moments for me. And then I met this distant cousin, and that was a wonderful bonding. And then we went to Kovna, and I suddenly remembered what my mother had told me about being there at medical school, because I saw it. I had told Robin about the medical school, but that's all I really remembered. And then while he took us, the bus, to the medical school. He took the bus to Lokova. So they're sitting on the bus in this narrow little street in this huge coach, and I'm going into the house with Chaim and feeling threatened. because there are families living there now who weren't sure who I was and what I wanted. But so the coach now goes to the medical school in Kovna, and I suddenly realized that she had told me that she had to go to 2 campuses. The medical school, she had classes at the medical school, and then she had to run across town, cross the river, and take a funicular up to her other classes. Well, there was the funicular. I saw it across the river. And that blew me away too. And then just all these little things, and then the going into the forest and with the mosquitoes at that time, and the how cruel man is to man. I was angry. I didn't understand. I came home a mess. So you asked. There were others in the group who had roots that they went to look for, and a lot of us had yard-side candles, and we lit them in different places. I had brought about a dozen with me, and I gave them out. That's Lithuania. And then I was aware of the fact that what's Lithuania now, 40 years ago wasn't. And what was Lithuania then, 40 years later, isn't. So, it's such a fluid sort of, those poor people between the Russians and the Polish and the Germans and their own interwars. It was, what a life, what a tumultuous history.